Hey everybody, thanks so much for tuning in to Press Pause today. So Aurora and I are here. We're really excited to get into today's episode, and we're going to be talking about Disney World, actually, and give you guys a breakdown of actually all of the Disney World theme parks. So a lot of people, a lot of clients that we have ask us, hey, tell us about this park and tell us about this one. What's the differences, right? And people are always asking us, hey, where should we go? What park? And so we're going to break down a little bit about each park, give you guys an introduction to all of them, and that way maybe it's easier for you to make your decision when you go. But feel free to reach out to us. We are official travel agents. We are a free service, and we can help you make those decisions and figure out which park's going to be best for you. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe, like the video if you do enjoy the content, and comment. Let us know what you want to see. Let us know something that you're interested in or something you're curious about that you need answers on. We'd love to help you guys out because, again, we are a free travel agent service, so that's the reason we implement some of the Disney and Universal travel information into the channel here. So I hope you guys enjoy, and we'll go ahead and get to it. First off, Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom is the most well-known of the Disney World parks. Disney World consists of 4 parks, and Magic Kingdom is the most popular one. It's the one that when you ask people, hey, going to Disney World, and they don't realize that Disney has multiple parks in Orlando, they automatically just assume it's Magic Kingdom. However, it is only one of the 4. Again, it is the most popular. This park is the first of the Disney World parks. This is the one that Walt, first designed and was ready to roll out there in Orlando. The park is nostalgic. Okay, that's the main word for it. This is a nostalgic park. It is the park that was first built. It's Walt's vision. Everything Walt created, from Snow White and Seven Dwarfs to Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, all of it's really represented in this park. It's very much of a fairy tale atmosphere when you go. So if you love old school classic Disney, Magic Kingdom is that park for you. It is really a lot of princesses that are focused on here. You see areas from Beauty and the Beast, Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, The Little Mermaid. There's a plethora of Disney princesses that you see in this land. So really, really great option for families. It is, like I said, fairy tale princesses, and the magic that Disney originally carried with it. That is what Magic Kingdom consists of. Now, the main rides that are here, the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, which is a fantastic ride, Peter Pan's Flight, which is a dark ride, Haunted Mansion, Jungle Cruise, Big Thunder Mountain, Space Mountain, Splash Mountain, Winnie the Pooh Dark Ride, Little Mermaid, and It's a Small World. So a lot of great classic rides there, and they've implemented some new ones as well. So there's going to be some new ones even coming in the future soon here. So good park, very good nostalgia. If you love the old school classic Disney, this is definitely where to take your family from a ride standpoint. It's great. It's got a mix of everything, some of the intense rides, but some really good rides for kids as well. And then entertainment wise, there's multiple parades, guys. The Festival of Fantasy Parade is the greatest. I absolutely love it. It's fantastic. I take it back. It was the greatest until we went to the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, and the Boo to You Parade is better. I didn't think anything could be better than the Festival of Fantasy Parade, but if you like princesses and you want your daughter or your son to see all the princesses that Disney has to offer, Festival of Fantasy Parade has everyone involved. It's fantastic. So that is definitely the main feature from an entertainment standpoint. But they do have the Monsters Inc. Laugh for the PhilharMagic. They have stage show in front of the castle and things that they do, as well as fireworks and stuff also. So really good amount of shows and entertainment there for you to check out. Restaurant wise, you're focusing on the main restaurants, okay? Not counter service locations. That's what we're going to talk about, and that's Crystal Palace with Winnie the Pooh and Friends, Cinderella's Royal Table, Beauty and the Beast's Castle, where you can dine with the Beast and see Belle, and then you've got Tony's Town Square and a few other restaurants that you incorporate as well there. But those are the main featured restaurants. Again, we're not really talking about the quick service restaurants. We will do a video on each individual park and their different dining options, so that will be in the future to come. But really good restaurants overall. Character wise, you're seeing, like I said, the classic characters: Cinderella, Snow White, Ariel, Mickey and Friends, Aurora, Belle, Tiana, Merida, Buzz. And you can keep going. There's a plethora of classic characters as well as some newer ones also. You know, they have Stitch out there, which isn't a classic at this point in Disney. So, you know, there's a good mix for everybody there. Now, that is Magic Kingdom. Overall, fantastic park. It's actually a third park on our list, but for most people, it is the number one park that they want to visit, okay? Next up, we're talking about Epcot. Epcot is the second park that was built. That is why we're talking about it second. It is typically viewed as an adult park by many. However, it's not exactly true. There's a lot of kid-friendly elements that go into this park, and especially within the past 5 years, it's gotten even more. Okay, they've rethemed some rides. They've put in a lot of some of that new school Disney characters that they've been able to acclimate, and some great rides that they brought along with it. Remy's Ratatouille ride is absolutely amazing. If you haven't rode that, check it out. It's a fantastic immersive ride experience. The Frozen ride. Frozen is one of the most popular trending Disney IPs right now, and it's gonna be that way for a while. I mean, kids love Frozen. If they want to go on a Frozen ride, this is the ride. So you have to go to Epcot to ride that. You also have Finding Nemo ride, which is a fantastic ride experience that they have there. They have Turtle Talk with Crush, which is great. They have old school classic Figment's Imagination ride. They have a Moana area that they are currently building. They just finished Guardians of the Galaxy ride, which is a unique coaster that they just built, the only one of its kind so far. And apparently it's really great reviews there. I can't do coasters, so I can't tell you, but everybody I've talked to has really enjoyed it when they went. And as far as the rest of the park, those are the ride standpoint. I also love the Three Caballeros dark ride. Don't underestimate that. I love the Three Caballeros. Do that for sure. But the entertainment standpoint, there's various shows of culture in each land, guys. Every land that you go to, there's a different show of some kind that educates you on that land. It educates you on basically that country, right? And that's something that I didn't even mention is once you get into the first set of the park, it's more theme park-esque. But then when you get into the pavilion area in the back of the park, it's a giant circle around a pond, a body of water in the center. And as you go around, you actually go through various countries, from Canada to Japan to China to Mexico. You know, it's amazing. It's amazing the different lands and countries you get to go into. You get to shop authentic items from there. You get to learn about the culture, see crafts from that area. You get to experience food from that area. And so it's really cool to get the different experiences of culture. And that's why most people say that this is an adult park, because, oh, it's all about this fancy food from different countries and things like that. That's not the case. There's a lot of cool things for kids to do as well. I do think it's more of an adult-friendly park than most of the other parks because there is more for adults, I think, to do when you look at the ratio of kid to adult. But that's going to change really soon with the addition of the Moana area coming along. So really good overall from an entertainment standpoint. You know, they do have those different shows in the lands. Turtle Talk's there, Beauty and the Beast sing along, which is great. They do have an aquarium outside of the Finding Nemo ride and Living with the Land pavilion. I mean, just, you know, Living with the Land ride. They also have Garden Grill, which is amazing character dining with Chip and Dale. Yeah, actually mentioning that, let's talk about the restaurants. You got many great restaurants here, but we're going to mention Garden Grill character dining. That was absolutely amazing. It's kind of like getting a Thanksgiving buffet meal while you're on a rotating platform. You get to see Chip and Dale and Mickey and Goofy and Mickey and Pluto. And really cool experience there. Le Cellier, everyone loves it. It's more of a fancy type restaurant in the Canada Pavilion. Space 220, which is the newest restaurant in Epcot, and I have not got to go yet. The next time I go to Disney World, I am going to go to Space 220, hands down. That I'm just going to. Yeah, I'm excited for it. And the Regal Eagle Smokehouse, you know, great barbecue and stuff there. The Beer Garden restaurant in Germany, Akershus character dining experience in Norway, which isn't currently back to character dining yet, but hopefully it will be soon. And then characters, I mean, Moana is coming. That's going to be great. You can already see Mulan. You can see Anna and Elsa. So if you have kids that love Frozen, this is where you go to see Anna and Elsa. Get that experience with them. Fantastic. Mary Poppins, Alice in Wonderland, Belle from Beauty and the Beast, and Pooh, Winnie the Pooh. Just to name a few, those are some of the characters you will see there in Epcot. So really great park. Again, it is an more adult-friendly park than the others, but it is a good kid experience as well. Next is Hollywood Studios, and this is our second favorite park on the list. Hollywood Studios was kind of the redheaded stepchild. It didn't get that much love. It was a lot of older rides and attractions and things. And recently, Disney has invested a ton of money within the last 7 years into this park, and it has now become a massive, massive pool for attendance. So Hollywood Studios has now exploded into amazing park overall. Formerly known as MGM Studios, if you remember back in the day, that's what it used to be known as, but it has received the fastest growth recently, receiving new lands and top attractions. Also has many great shows along with it. So we're going to talk a little bit about the rides. First off, Toy Story Mania shooting arcade game. Absolutely amazing. If your kids like Toy Story, if they like games, shooter games, things like that, put them on this. It's absolutely fantastic. I love doing it multiple times when I go. Slinky Dog Dash, great kids coaster. It's kind of that middle tier coaster to see if your kids are ready for a big roller coaster or not. And then Rise of the Resistance, which is the mecca of rides right now for Disney. Everybody loves it. It's so hard to get a boarding pass, things like that. It's really hard to get into that ride without waiting 2 hours plus. So really a great attraction there. And then Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run is a great ride because it's basically a video game that you're actually piloting the Millennium Falcon while you're doing this ride. It's really cool, immersive experience. So I recommend that to anyone. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which is taking the place of the Great Movie Ride, which I know everybody loved, but Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is a really good attraction. I love it. It's one of the top attractions that is at Disney World for me personally, because it is a dark ride that I can do. Like I said, I can't do coasters, so really good attraction there. Got some amazing effects that they do, and it looks so realistic when you go in there. It's like you're getting put into a cartoon, so absolutely great. The Tower of Terror ride is there as well, and the Rock and Roller Coaster. So really great from a ride standpoint. And then entertainment-wise, guys, there's so much entertainment here. It's amazing. The Beauty and the Beast live on stage show. They have Lightning McQueen show for kids who love cars. That's a really fun one for kids. Indiana Jones Stuntacular, which is one of my favorite shows at Disney. I would watch this 2 to 3 times a day if I could. It's absolutely wonderful. Frozen Sing Along. So if you have kids that love Frozen, make sure you do this sing along here in Hollywood Studios. Kids will love it. Muppet Vision 3D, which I love. I love the Muppets. They don't get enough love anymore, but I think the Muppets are great, really underrated, and I'm so glad that there is Muppet Vision 3D. I always check that out when I'm there. And then Fantasmic, which is opening up soon. I'm excited to see that come back. And then Disney Junior Dance Party, which is for the little kids, where they get to dance with, some of their favorite Disney Junior characters and Mickey. So really awesome experience from an entertainment standpoint that they have to offer. Restaurants, Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater, 50s Primetime Diner, Hollywood and Vine Character Meal, Baseline Tap House, Hollywood Brown Derby, and Mama Melrose Ristorante Italiano. Those are some of the restaurants that we would mention that are all really good. If you want more information on them, reach out to us. We can tell you, about the menu, the fare, and things like that. We've eaten in most of these, and we can tell you a little bit about it. We are going to do more of a deeper dive into restaurants at the parks at another point. Characters that you can see there. Well, obviously they have Toy Story Land, entire land for Toy Story, and they have Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, entire land for Star Wars. So obviously you can see Kylo Ren from Star Wars, you can see Rey, you can see Chewie, Stormtroopers, and then Woody, Buzz, Jesse, Army Men, and then they have the Disney Junior Dance Party, and outside that pavilion you can see Vampirina, you can see Doc McStuffins, and Fancy Nancy, as well as during parades you see Mr. and Mrs. Incredible, and that's just to name a few of the characters that are coming out there. So really great IP power from Hollywood Studios. That's why it elevated itself to number 2 on our list. here in our household, or at least on my list. My wife has very different viewpoint on her rankings. And then last is my favorite park. It's the newest park that was built, and that is Animal Kingdom. I'm a huge animal fan. I mean, I have my dog as the editor of this YouTube. That should tell you what I think about animals. But this park is embracing animals. It has a South African cultural twist to it, along with Asian culture as well. It has the least amount of rides due to the animals that are there, because all the rides and the sounds and stuff that they make would disturb them. So it doesn't have as much from a ride standpoint for people. And that may be one of the things that don't draw people to this park that often. And people think, oh, it's just like a zoo. But guys, this is an experience. It is an experience to really interact and see these animals in such a great way. Last time we were there, we got to see the sea otters out walking around, playing with each other. It was absolutely amazing. We got to hear them talk. We got to hear what they sound like. I don't know if you know, I know there's a song, What Does a Fox Say? Do y'all know what a sea otter says? I bet you don't. But if you go to Animal Kingdom, you can hear them, because it's such a cool experience, and the way that they make sure you get to see the most amount of animals possible is fantastic. So absolutely amazing. The main rides here, because they do have rides, is Dinosaur, which is probably going to be leaving sometime soon. So if you want to go check out the Dinosaur ride, go check it out. One of my favorite movies from Disney, really underrated in my opinion. Navi River Journey and Avatar Flight of Passage, both are amazing experiences. I love the Navi River Journey. That's what I like to rope drop when I get there. And the entire Pandora land is absolutely amazing. You have to see it during the day and at night, because at night it's a completely different experience where everything glows. Everything lights up at night, just like it does in the movie. So the other rides would be Everest, the Kali River Rapids water rafting ride, and then Kilimanjaro Safari, which is an amazing safari experience, getting to see exotic animals from Africa and Asia. Now, entertainment-wise, they have some good entertainment offerings. They really do. To me, probably the best out of any of the parks. They have Tough to Be a Bug, which is an amazing show under the Tree of Life in the center of the park, which A Bug's Life is so underrated nowadays. I'm super excited that they still have that available at the park. Festival of the Lion King, which is my favorite show. Absolutely favorite show at Disney right now. Just, you can't beat it. And Finding Nemo show, Broadway style show. They've just redone it, and I prefer the older one, but it's good. The new one is good. They just trimmed some of the timing and stuff and didn't tell the story all the way through the way they did before, but overall it's good. Kite Tales is actually going to be gone, so that's something that you guys missed out. If you haven't been to Animal Kingdom and saw Kite Tales, it only lasted for a brief period. I was excited to see it, and I wish they would have kept it, but they are not. Jungle trails that you get to go on and see the animals, and then Rafiki's Planet Watch was a really cool experience where you get to learn how to draw and you see some animals. There's an animal hospital there, you can learn about things. So really cool experience, very educational opportunity at this park for your kids. And then restaurants. Tusker House Character Meal is absolutely amazing. Make sure to check that out if you want to do a great sit-down character dining meal in Animal Kingdom. That's the one to do. They also have Yak and Yeti Asian cuisine, and then they have Tiffin's. So those are the restaurants that we'll kind of mention there. Obviously there's more, but we'll cover that in another video. And then character-wise, you see Timon walking around, you will see Russell and Kevin from Up, you have Launchpad McQuack, you have Miko from Pocahontas, you have Pocahontas as well, Baloo, King Louie, and more that you'll see throughout this park, just to name a few. Overall, amazing park, and the theming is absolutely stunning. It looks like you're actually in Africa, and Joe Rohde, who designed this park, wanted to make sure people had that cultural feel to it, and you definitely get it. So overall, those are the 4 different Disney World parks. Is there one that you didn't know of? Is there one that you had no clue of and maybe you want to check out now? Is there one that you want more information on? Let us know, because we're going to do individual park videos. We're going to cover restaurants, rides, all that different stuff. We'll cover different topics in other videos for you guys to check out. So let us know in the comments what you want to see. Let us know if there's one you didn't know about or something you want more information on, and we will cover that for you. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it, and we'll talk to you again on the next video.